What's up, future chefs? It's your girl Maya back here today with another video, and today we're going to be making my roasted salmon tacos in honor of Cinco de Mayo. These tacos are full of flavor and just are really going to give you those Cinco de Mayo vibes. So if you're ready for some good tacos, some good flavor, let's get started. Okay, future chefs, so to start us off, I've got 1 pound of Atlantic salmon. And I've got some mini tortillas here. You can find these in the bread section usually, but I love these. These are really good. I've got some fresh lime juice here. I've got a lime for zesting, some fresh jalapenos, some queso fresco, and this is a very common cheese used in a lot of Mexican cooking. For my seasonings, I've got smoked paprika, chipotle chili powder, and kosher salt. And I've got some cilantro. You cannot do tacos without cilantro. I don't care what anyone says. You cannot do tacos without cilantro. I've got some sour cream. And then here is the sweet summer salsa. So I went ahead and made a batch of this about a couple days ago. And I'm telling you, the flavor just gets better and better over time the longer it sits in the fridge. If you have not seen the video, go check that out first before you continue watching this, because I'm telling you, you cannot skip this. So all right, let's get going. All right, future chefs, so I've got my salmon here, and the first thing we have to do is you want to make sure you pat it dry, because when you get it from the store, it has a lot of excess moisture, and definitely you want to get rid of all of that. And when you're cooking with any meat, you definitely want to make sure it's patted dry completely. And no need to worry about taking the skin off. I know you're not going to eat the skin, so trust me, don't even bother with that, so no need for that. So I've got my seasoning rub here, and to that I'm going to add the zest of 1 small lime. If you've got a larger lime, then you can probably get away with half of it, but you want about 1 to 2 teaspoons of fresh lime zest. So I'm going to use my little handy dandy microplane here, and I'm just going to zest away. And I love using this tool. It helps, especially with like lemons, limes, or like oranges. There's so much flavor in the zest, so you definitely don't want to skip out on this. Make sure you're not getting that white pith underneath, because it's very bitter and it does not taste good at all. So make sure you're only getting the outer white portion of it. All right, so now I'm just gonna combine all of this. Make sure all of this gets mixed in well. And have no fear, the full ingredient list is going to be in the description box, so no need to worry about that. Okay, so now that we've got our seasoning prepped, now we're just going to prep our fillets. So I'm just going to cut these in half, and I found that when I cut these in smaller pieces, it cooked a lot faster, because the first time I did this, it practically took almost half an hour. So I figured out a way to cut the cooking time in half, and I know everybody does not have time nowadays. So, okay, so now I'm just going to cut some lines down the salmon, about maybe 2 to 3, depending on how big yours are. They don't have to be exactly even, but the purpose of this is so that way the inside of the salmon gets some flavor, because you don't want the outside to have any and then the middle be bland. So, and this also helps with the cooking time. So I'm just cutting a couple. No, not looking for perfection here. Okay, so now that I've got these done, now I'm just going to take my lovely seasoning, and I'm just going to spoon it, make a generous amount all over each one. So then you want to open up those little pockets, and then with your fingers, just take a little bit of that rub and sneak it in there in between, because you don't want any piece to not have any seasoning. All right, future chefs, this is the final product here, and these fillets are going to go into the oven at 425 degrees for exactly 15 minutes. I'm telling you, it's going to be so flaky and flavorful. It is going to be delicious. And definitely go ahead and line your cookie sheet here with some aluminum foil, and then spray it with some nonstick cooking spray. I'm telling you, it makes cleanup so easy, no extra dishes. So let's go. All right, see you in 15 minutes. Set your timer. All right, future chefs, now here's the final product. And see, You know how it's perfectly cooked? See how you can just easily push down the fork and it just flakes out like that? See, that's how you know it is perfectly cooked there. You should easily be able to just poke a fork through and it just slides right off. And so now all you do, you just keep doing that. And you don't want to make it like tiny little balls. Like you don't want like snowflakes of salmon, but you want enough flaky pieces so that way you can put it on your taco. So you don't want it too mushy or else it's going to get soggy when you put all your other toppings on there. So you just keep doing this and we'll be ready to assemble. All right, now the fun part. Oh my goodness, I am hungry. So I went ahead and did one earlier. So I'm just going to take some of my lovely salsa here. I'm just going to drain a little bit of that liquid off there. Not necessary to get it all, but just a little bit. And just put a generous portion there. Okay. And now we're going to take some of that flaky salmon. My goodness, it's so juicy, especially because I cut those slits on the inside and I got some of those seasonings down. Now all of it is well seasoned instead of just the outside. So I'm telling you, that makes a difference. Definitely makes a difference. Okay, and now some sour cream. Gotta have sour cream. I don't know any taco that doesn't have sour cream. And optional jalapeno. I don't particularly care for them because I'm not a huge spicy person, but if you want to, go ahead and garnish them with a few slices of fresh jalapeno. And then I'm going to take some of the queso fresco. I'm a little generous with this. I like cheese. I'm not one to be skimpy with cheese now. All right, and then I love to finish off with some fresh cilantro leaves. No need to dice and meticulously mince this. I just cut them. I just leave them whole. Just a couple there. Okay, and then a little bit of fresh lime juice for extra little punch. Okay. And there are your salmon tacos for Cinco de Mayo. You can't tell me these don't look amazing. Oh my goodness. I have to dive in. Like, I just can't. It's like, it's not an option for me to not dive in. Okay, here I go. My goodness. Oh, come to mama. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh my. Oh boy. What else is there to say? Those are fire. Oh my goodness. And it all took less than half an hour. It's really not that complicated. It took less than half an hour to do. I'm telling you, you'll make these again and again and again. Even beyond Cinco de Mayo, okay? Well, future chefs, you have a delicious, yummy meal that took less than half an hour to make, and I cannot wait for you guys to try this recipe. If you do try this recipe, definitely tag me on Instagram at BlameItOnMyThickness, and don't forget to like and comment below and hit that notification bell, and you will never miss another video, okay? And don't forget the full written recipes for both of these, not only the tacos but also my salsa, will be linked in the description box, so no worries. And yeah, and don't forget, the thickness is why we do this. Bye guys.